Hey, Pops, I'm in Iowa with an incredible group of people. There's tremendous support in the stage. There's a tremendous amount of media here. We're going to win the state in a very, very big way. I'm telling everybody that they've got to go out and caucus because we're going to put DeSantis to bed. I think he already might be to bed, and Haley's not doing too well either, especially after her dad. I'm not sure if you saw her comment today. It wasn't exactly artful, but I think she upset most of Iowa. But say hi to the entire crowd.
Well, I just want to thank everybody for being so loyal, for being so wonderful. And always remember, we got the farmers of Iowa $28 billion. That's a lot of money. And I can't think about Joe Biden doing that. He wouldn't even think about it, and he wouldn't know how to do it. But I just want to say we have had a great relationship with Iowa, with the farmers and everybody else. Got a lot of other people in Iowa that do an incredible, productive job, and we love you. I'm going to be coming out there on Friday. I'm going to be there Friday and Saturday. Then I'm coming back the following week, and I'm going to caucus probably in Des Moines. I'll be doing caucus with you. We're going to work it, and we can't take any chances, and everybody has to get out because we don't want to sit back and rely on the polls. We have to take our country back. Biden is destroying our country at the border with our military, with interest rates, with every single thing, with energy. Look at energy costs. Your energy costs have tripled. Your food costs have tripled.
And the greatest fighter in the world is my father. In fact, it's kind of sometimes what he's actually criticized for. He's criticized for fighting too much, and we better have a fighter. This country needs a fighter like never before. We needed a fighter in 2016, but not nearly to the extent that we need a fighter right now, both to preserve what our country is and our number one position in the world, but also to preserve just core values. Those little kids right there, to preserve something from them, because we are going down an awfully tragic road. When you can have 6'5", certainly the five of us were always on the straight and narrow. At 11, guess what? You're going to be out on construction sites, or you're going to be cutting rebar with acetylene torches. You're going to be doing plumbing and electrical. You're going to be running tractors and backhoes and chainsaws and digging holes, and you're going to make minimum wage and sometimes below that, and you're going to learn the value of a dollar. And, if you're good at this stuff, you can maybe come into the company at the very base level, and if you're not, go find something else to do, and you will work hard. You will be the first person up and the last person to go to bed. And I just wish you could instill the values. He's a remarkable man, but
because that's not really going to solve anything. But it is just pathetic, just ridiculous, crazy. You have hearings taking part in Congress, and AOC said something about this recently, that aren't on. I'll go through the tick list, okay? Have you seen any or heard any hearings recently about health, medical situations, improvements to medical technology, medical insurance? No. Jobs, the economy. Biden, which is doing very well. No. Okay. Education, apart from the woke stuff. Schools, colleges. No. Housing. Nope. It's very strange, isn't it? These people are there, and they get a good salary, by the way. And what are they doing? They're not representing the subjects which matter to you. I could be wrong. Go to any Walmart, anywhere, any state in America, any street, I don't mind. As you buy the checkout, look at all the magazines and all that stuff, the chewing gum. Strike up a conversation with the person in front or look at the person behind. The first subject you're randomly going to discuss with a stranger is going to be Hunter Biden's laptop. I promise you, you will have nothing else to talk about, because that's all that is. Well, that's all that's going on in Congress from Jim Jordan's point of view, because that's going to solve everything, isn't it? Imagine, the Hunter Biden hard drive is the nirvana for everything. There is a tweet I'm going to read you, okay? It is from a lady called Tammy Wilson. Now, Tammy Wilson is running for Congress. Bear with me, because I've got to look at it while I read it. So, yeah, my eyeline's going to be all over the place. As a hardworking mum running against a MAGA incumbent, I'm going to be very honest with you. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene's political career is over today. Here's why. Some of you may know, but I am the Democrat running against Jim Jordan. When you run in a district like mine, you hear the same things over and over again. People on the left side of the aisle are obviously fired up, but something else is happening. Conservatives are not pleased by the sideshow nature of the MAGA wing of their party, no thanks to people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Every single day I hear more and more voters say while they typically vote Republican, they are unhappy with how the party has been taken over by an extreme element. There is no greater proof than the fact that Lauren Boebert nearly lost, winning by fewer than 550 votes in a deep red district. Now that is significant, right? Boebert's area is solid Republican. Home run, safe seat, should be a huge majority. 550? No wonder she's so insecure. No wonder she comes out with all of this garbage, just hoping somebody somewhere on Twitter will retweet her, because that's what it's come down to. Clickbait. Oh, bullshit. There we go. You won't often hear this out loud, but it's catching on. Marjorie Taylor Greene is being seen as a liability. This isn't my opinion. This is what Republican voters in my district are telling me. Just this month, I met an 84-year-old man who was eating alone at a diner. I approached him. This is Tammy's tweet I'm reading out. She offered to buy him lunch and asked to sit with him. When I told him I was a Democrat running for office, he quickly shot back that he voted for Trump and he felt bad for how people were picking on him. After not too long, however, it turned to the all-familiar conversation. He felt the Republican Party just didn't share the traditional values he expects in his candidates. Now, President Biden has said this recently, that the Republican Party of old is not the Republican Party of today. I like to flip that conversation in terms of saying that a lot of people like, Boebert, Gates, and Gosser, they wouldn't be allowed anywhere near the traditional Republican Party. Then it was on fiscal differences. That was what was being discussed in Congress. Not somebody who's not even a politician and the contents of their hard drive. It was about things that really, and there was a level of respect. Yeah. It wasn't like, how can I say something outrageous? How can I find a lie? How can I push a conspiracy theory? How can I say anything which is desperately going to get me talked about? Anyway, let me carry on with on that subject, by the way. That is echo chambered by so many individuals at Fox News. I mean, take Tucker Carlson. In fact, we'll get to Tucker in a moment. Let me go back to Tammy's tweet. So she's talking about this person that she met at the diner. In particular, he was disappointed in Jim Jordan's response to Jan 6. She says, by the time we were finished speaking, he refused to let me pay for his lunch. In fact, he bought me lunch and told me I gained a voter. She concludes her tweet by saying, Republicans are watching and they are listening. Well, I wonder what they are watching and listening, because I mentioned Tucker Carlson. Can you believe at one stage until recently, he was being considered, and this is just sums it all up, as a potential presidential candidate? No. So if you're a Republican, or you've ever voted Republican, I really would love to know your honest assessment of the situation with people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, specifically what she did on Wednesday, sharing pornographic images to get clicks, clickbait. I know we used that at the beginning with Melania, but where do you stand? If you're a Republican who's gone to the Democrat Party, what made you change your opinion? And how outrageous is this going to get? When in your mind is something actually going to really, really, really just stop it all? Because this is not about politics. It's not about a left or right thing. We're in the area of common decency, which is clearly just non-existent.